Yo, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, the beautiful game of life, part of the Believe Network. I'm Ramsey Abushala, editor-in-chief of UrbanPitch.com. Julio Monterosa, Bridget Flores. To my left, co-executive directors of Vibes. What's going on, y'all? How we doing?
Nothing much.
Living life. We're the keen observers at home. See the headphones, see the couch set up. We know we got a Zoom guest joining us again. A dear friend of the pod, Urban Pitch contributor, MLS expert, and now on the East Coast doing big things with Kickbase and The Athletic. Favian Renkel, what's going on, man? It's always such a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, exactly.
East Coast living.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you guys for having me on. You know, it's funny. New York doesn't hit you until you realize you're not Latino enough. You know, like I've been to LA so many times. I've been to SAC. I've been to the Bay, or I lived in the Bay, and I know Mexican culture pretty well. You know, like I'm expecting to. You know, I'm a Latino. I know some things. You know, I know some other things. But I walked into a Puerto Rican cafe the other day. Okay.
Mama Juana.
Yeah, and this is like the TikTok famous one that looks like Bad Bunny-esque with all the vibes and stuff. They got like the domino board and stuff. And I literally look at the specialty menu and I'm like, what's a coquito? You know?
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I've never had a coquito in my life, you know? So I asked the barista that's making it, and she looks at me like, bro, it's a coquito. How do you and I'm like, no, I really don't know. And I asked her again, and she's like, it's a coquito. Like, how do you not know that? I'm like, oh man, okay, let me just get a latte then. And I was like, damn.
She was like, get out of here.
Yeah, I was like, I need to get with my Latino side on all fronts, right? Not just my West Coast Latino. I gotta get my East Coast Latino out.
Yeah, the Latino community in New York is heavy. Like, it's everywhere. So you got to get your game up.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I guess I didn't go to Puerto Rico to see Bad Bunny, and I missed out on opportunity, you know.
But if you need any help on how to get around the city, I can tell you if it's the A or the C train, where to go. I got you.
He was there for like 2 weeks.
He went out one night. He thinks he knows
twice.
where
I went twice
goes.
for a week at a time. I
New
know York.
That's funny though, because my first Airbnb, because I did that first to kind of check out the areas. I was off the A and C line, so you're actually right. You're actually 100% right there.
You was uptown, baby. I already know where you at. I already know where you at.
No, I was definitely in the parts where, like in the 90s, you didn't want to be in. You know, so
Yeah,
I got my street cred first, and then
there you go.
Right.
Now we can live and say, you know, I came out the rags. You know, like I really made it. You know.
Hey man, that all that's gentrified now though. So, but right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. Like I've never seen a place like I've never lived in a place like New York, right? But you walk 2 blocks and it's just a completely different neighborhood, which is so wild to me. And it's not even like it's far. It's like 90 feet, and then you're just in a different vibe. So it's like, you know, you just choose a vibe that you like and that you feel familiar with, and that's where you live, you know?
Where in New York are you staying at?
I'm in Brooklyn, so I'm closer. Yeah, I was deep in Brooklyn, like deep. They always say, like, if you're in deep Brooklyn, you're better off living in New Jersey because no one's going to ever go see you. So
Dang.
I had to move a little closer to Manhattan so people would come see me, that's for sure.
And you talked about just kind of not the culture shock, but just the difference of actually being in the city and you know the different types of Latinos. But what has it been like so far for you, just navigating such like a hustle and bustle type area?
Yeah, honestly, I tell everybody that comes to visit me and everybody I talk to this, the days feel shorter here, which is so weird to me. I'm not sure why, but like right now maybe it's because I'm still a West Coast guy living in the East Coast, but it's 10 o'clock and I'm at work, you know? So it's like, and then I had to go home, and then it's going to be probably like 11:30, 12, right? And then to me, it just feels like there's so much to do here. Your days are just so much shorter. Like if I want to walk 2 hours, I'm going to walk 2 hours, which I never did in the Bay, you know? Like that's some crazy stuff, you know? Like calling Uber, that's $7. But out here, if you call an Uber, that's like 70, you know?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that is true. Also, the nightlife is longer too.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I guess you just have to get adjusted to that.
Yeah. I heard the clubs out here close at like 4 or 3 or 4, right?
Yeah,
so it's like
4 in the morning.
We've been witnesses to that.
I learned it the hard way. The first time I went to New York, we pre-game mistake. So it was like around 2, and I was like, all right, I got to survive 30 more minutes of this. I'm going to make it home alive. I won't be that drunk.
The lights are about to turn on.
Yeah, I'm like, this is easy money. I've done this before a plethora of times. So 2:30 hit, I'm like, and people are still dancing. I'm like, hey, what's going on?
Why aren't the lights coming on?
And they're like, hey, you guys want to leave? Like, no, this closes at 4. I'm like, oh man, you know that meme? Oh no. That's all that happened to me.
And that 1:30 to 2:30 hit you like a blink of an eye. You just
Blink of an eye.
You're just going.
I was gone.
Gone.
I actually personally haven't gone out yet. Hey, if you guys are in town, you guys got to show me the records because I need to start partying like y'all. That's for sure.
Locksmith in Manhattan.
Okay.
Popping. R&B vibes, early 2000s. I got you. Like,
Is that one place we went to?
Yeah, they had the early 2000s R&B.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
that was a vibe.
This is
He's
3
not
people
wrong.
in LA telling the dude in New York where to go.
I know where to tell. I know where to tell you to go to get empanadas at 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Places
That's always good
popping.
too.
Empanadas are fire. Just be ready for madness and chaos.
Yeah, I'm not the party type just yet, but I do got some Timbs. I do got a puff.
There we go.
It's brick outside.
It's mad brick
mother.
outside.
It's pretty funny. When I was
my
an
God,
English
yeah.
teacher in Japan, the one thing I would teach all the Japanese kids, this is actually pretty funny, was just New York slang. Because Japan, Japanese people always tourists in New York and LA, right? So I made sure I was like, all right, we're going to make a lesson out of New York slang. So you imagine 30 Japanese kids saying it's inside,
That's hilarious.
I'm mad tight.
That's hella funny.
So it's just funny that I ended up here. Who would have thought?
Yeah, we love that for you. There's a smash burger spot you have to go to. Oh my God, remember that place?
Yeah, it is in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's by Pier 39.
I don't remember. There's like a few there.
It would be like San Francisco, I think, but I think 9 maybe.
No. It's next. It's $3 away from the Brooklyn Marriott.
Also,
yeah.
it was under the Dumbo Bridge, maybe.
We'll send you the ad.
Yeah. We'll get you that. We'll send that off.
We'll get you right.
Yeah. And plus we can't have people knowing where Favian's going to eat.
Yeah.
They got all types of
find
crazy
you.
people out there. So.
Yeah, but Locksmith, Hotel Chantel, telling you, I got you, bro. Nightlife, something I did out there.
Yo, sidebar with
Hey,
Julio.
if you see me acting crazy outside of Locksmith, no, you did it.
But it was AI.
But you can also go to Dykeman, and there's a Mama Juana right there.
Yeah, that's
I'm telling you, bro.
that's straight PR.
I'm down.
Dominican and yeah.
But FaceTime me because I want to be a part of it.
We'll just go out there. Yeah,
No, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm down to go. I love New
What
York.
is nice about being out here, though, as being like a Uruguayan, a trip to Uruguay is like 6 hours. So it's like completely different. I know Bridget was like in Brazil and in Peru, and like being so close to South America right now is like, wow,
you gotta take advantage.
Let me just go to Brazil for a weekend, like that's so wild to say, right?
Please do.
I miss it.
So let's talk about the work that took you there, right? Because we obviously, we could go on for days with this talk, but Kickbase, that's like a huge deal, and you're heading the fantasy department there, as well as getting into the athletic. So talk about your new roles, how you got there, and what we can expect from you moving forward.
All I gotta say is, y'all, if you're a journalist, make a LinkedIn. That's all I gotta say. Like, if you're not marketing yourself as much as you're marketing your work, you're missing an opportunity that is possibly going to open up some doors. Like I have something that I worked on last year that I haven't even announced yet because it's coming out in July of this year, and it's gonna be something that it's like a checklist thing on my life, right? Like it's something that is gonna be really cool for the city of LA and possibly a lot more things. So there's things that you have to, when you hit milestones in your life, in your career, you have to post about them. And I know there's a lot of people out there that don't really like to, shout themselves out or pat themselves on the back, but unfortunately the game has changed. And if you don't celebrate your own wins, this is the way I thought, no one is going to celebrate that win for you, right? So I was very lucky with Kickbase. They actually reached out to me on a LinkedIn DM. And it's the same way I got the job at the same way I got it at Forbes. I just checked my LinkedIn DMs, and all of a sudden I have a full-time gig here in New York, and I get to live my dream of creating content and doing all that stuff too. So no, it's really honestly kind of wild. And then with The Athletic, I didn't expect an email, and I got the email. I'm going to be covering, fingers crossed, hopefully more Uruguay stuff for the World Cup.
Amazing.
And that's something that I hold very, very, deeply. Last World Cup I worked with Forbes, but it was more on the betting side. Now I'm more on the journalistic side with the country that my parents were raised in, right? Like representing Uruguay to the American market or to the English market, which I'm something to be very proud of. So no, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, who would have thought, I failed my high school English class. Who would have thought I would be running The Athletic, So, and then now that The Athletic is owned by New York Times.
You're a New York Times writer. Tell that to your high school teacher.
Yeah, I always, when I go out here, I'm like, yeah, I'm a writer for the Times. Now
there you go. You gotta go out in like those hats with the card in them, like those old school journalists in the pea coat,
Go with your badge, your work badge, so people will be like, oh.
Someone told me, hey, if you're a writer living in New York and you're broke, you should watch Sex and the City. So I guess I gotta watch Sex and the City.
young Carrie Mulligan over here. Not Carrie Mulligan.
No,
Carrie,
watch it.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Watch it. Put some name on her. Put some respect on her name.
Carrie Mulligan, also a fantastic actress. So,
we talk about
watch it and then let us know which one of the 4 girls you relate to the most.
The main character, right, Sarah?
That's Carrie. That's
Carrie
Bradshaw.
Yeah. And what's funny is she has a shoe addiction, but man, I probably have like a jersey addiction or
who you telling?
an MLS card addiction.
That's more Miranda. That's more of a Miranda thing, if you ask me. Yeah.
I'm the one that likes to be outside and goes
Samantha.
around. That's the one that be around a little bit. That's me.
Yeah. So starving writer in New York. I guess you could make that parallel there.
Sex in the City. There we go. Okay.
But in the words of Yo Gotti, it goes down in the DM.
That's right. That's
it
true.
goes down in the LinkedIn DM.
There you go.
Right. Other types of things can also go down in DMs as well. As we become
watch out.
Yeah.
Not only Angela Simmons.
Not
but
too much
things.
on the DMs now.
Come on, man.
That's super dope, though.
Yeah. We're very excited for you because if there's one thing that I've gleaned from working with you and just being around you for, I don't know how long it's been, like the last year or so, you're always, you just work so hard and you're always doing something, you're always promoting and you're always sharing the stuff that you do, which is very admirable because like you said, it's hard to kind of promote yourself and you don't want to be seen as that person that's like, oh my God, like, this guy again, or we get it, man, like, like have some humility. But that's not, like you said, like it's completely the opposite where you have to push yourself, you have to market yourself, you have to do the things that put yourself on to get yourself into new doors or different opportunities. And someone that's similar to that is Shea Serrano. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He started off as a school teacher and his wife got pregnant with twins and it was like, I need to make more money. This is not tenable with 2 kids, right? So he started writing sports on the side and he was doing all this stuff for like part-time high school coverage, right? Or like blogging or like doing like stuff for like, I think he mentioned one of the first newspapers was run out of some person's garage in Texas. And so he was like kind of hustling and promoting himself. And on Twitter, was starting to kind of gain a following. And then he started writing for Grantland, which was Bill Simmons' outlet. And from there, he's with The Ringer. And now he's multiple-time New York Times bestseller. He's got his own TV show. He's like, and to me was a huge inspiration when I started writing and started getting into this stuff. And he's always about, you got to promote yourself. You got to like you said it best. I think if no one celebrates your win, if you don't celebrate your wins, then nobody else is going to, you know? So
right.
that's a huge, I think, gem for anyone that's wants to make it anywhere, really, because especially in a market that's so individual based. And I think that journalism has become that for better and for worse. You can argue for a lot worse. It's like so much more for the individual, and like the journalist becomes the stars, like the Stephen A. Smiths of the world and whatnot. But that's just the game, and you got to play it, you know? So kudos to you, man, because you deserve it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not to talk about me too much, but I'm kind of.
You're the guest on the podcast. This is all about you, brother.
It's all about you.
But you guys can probably relate too, where we've kind of been in this game long enough to see the creator kind of become alive. Like you guys are podcasters, writers, and also creators now on the side too. So it's really like this well-rounded kind of person that's in entertainment now, and that's kind of all of us. And I kind of view it as, well, if I'm gonna do this entertainment piece right here, we have to treat it like a red carpet. Like I did this, I did that, I did this. You truly have to display it to the world, just like how Bridget went to Brazil. That was a big moment, and I was excited to hear about everything she had to say, and just how, like, when I have a big moment, I always love to talk about it with my friends and things like that. But it's a little bit weird to look back, like I was just a podcaster on a San Jose Earthquakes podcast, and now I write for The Athletic. It's just like, what happened? Like I'm shocked, but sometimes you get lucky. Like for me, like I got lucky getting in with Uruguay, like who would have thought? Sometimes you just have to play your I guess your competitive advantage, like, and you have to play it right, and I've never thought about being lucky in this industry. It's kind of like soccer. You can be lucky, yes, but you have to put yourself in the correct positions to be lucky. And I think I'm kind of like the Chris Wondolowski of journalism, or at least like
NYC.
D2.
Yeah, like I'm in the right place at the right time, I guess, and I'm very grateful for that.
And I think it is. Sorry, I was gonna say I think it is luck, but also don't they say like luck is when opportunity meets preparation?
Yeah.
So. We are witnesses to the work and the amount of like effort that you put into where you're at now, and the phrase of like you have to celebrate yourself because no one else will, like that is said a lot, and it should be followed. But I think you're a testament to what that effort looks like. Like, yes, you can say it, but you also have to put in the work to make that happen and to be recognized for what you're doing. So yeah, shout out to you. And like, yes, it's luck, but it's also a lot of the effort that you've put in and the work that you've put out there.
Yeah, no, I really do appreciate it. And I do want to say this too. If you're a young journalist or a young reporter, don't be afraid to talk to people. I remember my first conversation with all three of you and how random it kind of was with all three of you, right? I met all you guys at probably different LAFC games, but now I genuinely feel like I care about you guys and our friendships, So you know where things are going to take you if you just say hi,
Yeah.
And I think a lot of journalists, sometimes they get scared of that, or they feel like, this relationship can't benefit me, but who cares? You go party, you go have a good time, you have dinner, it doesn't have to be a relationship like that, but you never know where something's going to go, and I think I've done a pretty good job at just saying hi to everybody and being pretty genuine to everybody. Like, I don't think this market is anything where I take away from someone. I think this market is big enough for everybody to eat, because that's how it should be. Everybody should eat together. I think there's no point to eat at the table if you're alone. I think you should eat with your friends and everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
And I want to say this about you, because when I started first going to the press box, it could get kind of scary even with Ramsey, because of the reporters, the older, the OGs. They make it a point to let you know who they are and what they've done.
Yeah.
So you're scared to talk to them, but you hey, Julio from Urban Pitching. I probably saw you. I was nervous and shocked, because I was like, wait, I don't know what to say right now. But it's just like it is a scary space to be in there sometimes. Just because you see so and so from ESPN, so and so has been doing this for 25 years. He's covered MLS since '96, and you're like. And then you see them. There's events where you go and then like people throw out names like, do you know who I am? Do you know what I do here? And you're like, okay.
Yeah. So I was actually about to bring that up because it's my biggest pet peeve about press boxes is it's such a stuffy atmosphere, and I get people are working. It needs to be professional. I understand that, but it's extremely standoffish where. You know,
the OGs make it standoffish.
And it's whatever you want to say about the old guard, they do a very difficult job that is demanding and requires like pretty high level of focus. And I won't take that away from them. But when I'm in a press box, I have a different role than say someone at the LA Times or someone for ESPN, right? I don't need to, like, I'm not documenting every single minute of every single time. And I've done that before, and it is very time consuming, and it requires almost all your focus, and you can have side conversations, but you really need to be focused on the game. Still, I don't know, like it might be a generational gap or a generational divide where those atmospheres can get very stuffy, and I don't like being in press boxes where I'm not working and need to be focused because it gets I don't know. It's such a weird vibe in there.
I think what it is that we're seeing barriers being like broken on how this generation, the generation before, is covering the game, and like we're starting to see the tension between it, right? Because it's like mad respect to the OGs and everyone that started this work, but I think we're starting to see a different approach to how you can talk about the game, cover the game, summarize a game, to where it's more entertaining, it's more, it's quicker, it's like to the point, it's giving you like life and humor and action to it. So it's like there's two different ways of covering or reporting and going about journalism that is working, but it's like bringing them together in the same room can make it really difficult because one is done a traditional way and the other one is not traditional, and those two things always clash.
Yeah, and we brought this up plenty of times on the pod. There should be a creators press box and a press box for people that do need that attention to stay watching it every second of the game.
Yeah, and I was going to say, in the past, there used to be like maybe 6 or 7 jobs in the local newspaper, right? The Times. You had a whole bunch of other, like, basically, there wasn't that many outlets to be creative, right? And with the time changing and podcasts being a thing and tweeting being a thing and creating content being a thing, there's so many more outlets of being creative. You don't have to fight for your life to have that job, right? So like for me, for example, I learned from my mistakes, right? I was with Sports Illustrated and it didn't go super well, and we eventually went our separate ways, and who like then a year later, now I'm with another company, right? I'm very grateful for that. I was with Urban Pitch too, so it's just funny. The way of being a reporter has completely changed because there's just so many creative outlets now that you're getting that old guard or you're getting the OGs that are kind of stuck in that way that don't realize, like, no, man, I don't think I'm going to write for the Times or the LA Times, but I can tweet about it and get 200K views, like it doesn't have to be you versus me anymore. And I think that's what it is now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like the journalist versus like takes person, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you know Pablo Torre?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was just in a debate with Nick Wright. Nick Wright's the Fox take god, one of the original take guys. Him and Stephen A, I think, are the two preeminent ones, And Pablo is like probably one of the preeminent like investigative journalists of of the time, right? Like when you think of somebody doing investigative work, what he's done with his podcast is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
They were going back and forth, and now you're starting to see like beefs between like the guy on ESPN versus the guy from Fox. They're starting to, or the guy from Barstool and the guy from The Ringer. You know what I mean? Like this stuff it's getting to the point where it's like, what are we even doing now? But they were kind of going back. Pablo and Nick were kind of going back. Pablo said basically, you can't do what I can do. And Nick was like, dude, first of all, I have done what you do. And you've tried to do what I do and you failed. And so it was like kind of going back and forth. It was just like so wild to see. It's in it. I think part of it is fun and part of it is to generate, interest, and it's interesting. It's fun to watch people debate, but I don't know, man, it's so crazy to see like this, like you said, everybody can eat. There's room for everybody at the table, and it doesn't need to be. It's fun to like, maybe have like these maybe generated animosity between people to kind of like, put a show on. But I think there also is a little bit of truth to what both of them are saying, and both of them feel a certain type of way about, I don't respect what you do, and you could never do what I do. And so I don't know, man, it's just strange. It's weird. It's such a weird like transitional period.
Yeah, and it's funny because so I started doing all this because I saw the World Cup as like, man, this is gonna pop, like I'm gonna do what I love and let's see if it works. It works out. The one thing I didn't expect, and the one thing that I'm kind of moving into, and maybe you guys are a little bit too, the content creator sphere. That is like the pickup soccer content creator. And you guys started with, futsal and everything. And now that's all coming back, right? Like with Kickbase, I've talked to like at least 4 or 5 companies that are putting pitches all over the country because of the World Cup coming up. And it's just like, man, if you're not playing pickup soccer in the next 10 years from the ages of 15 to 35, I think you're going to be the odd one out. And I think the World Cup is going to do that to soccer, just like the World Cup started MLS in '94. I think this is going to be a different movement. I don't think MLS is going to be, let's say, a powerhouse in the next 10 years, but I think every single young adult that is healthy is going to have soccer cleats with them in the next 10 years.
We were just talking about it as a group as well, like the amount of different pickups are going around the city right now, and they're all having their own cult-like following. It's crazy. Like you either play pickup soccer here, and it's going from different groups. Was it women's only? And then the pickups for. I just saw something on my Instagram. South Central pickups, like DM us for how to join. And so all these pickups are popping up, and it's great because we've talked about this as well. Having all these soccer specific spaces in LA closed down, seen and opened up to the public, it's amazing.
Yeah. I think I got an ad on my Instagram. I didn't look into it more because I'm married now, but it was like pickup for like single people looking to meet. It was like
send that our way, yo.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was like an app, like, and it was like find your next partner at a pickup, or like pick up your partner at a pickup or something like that.
Nothing like double leg slide tackling your future girlfriend.
And this is just the beginning of it.
Nothing like
my bad. Let me take you out for a coffee though.
Yeah. What's that meme? It's like, hey ladies, are you all right? Like
nothing like dropping a girl, then like, oh, so sorry, I didn't mean that.
Yeah. So there's your meet cute. There's your meet cute moment right there. Listen, Fabian, I wanna we've gone. We did not plan. This was not in our original planned conversation. This is super interesting.
Sorry.
But I want to get back to MLS because we have you for a limited amount of time, and the MLS season's coming up, and so I wanted to just get your thoughts on the off season so far, the big moves that kind of hit your radar, and then some of the maybe slept on moves that you think could be interesting pickups for the 2026 season.
Yeah, look, we had a fun off season. If you're an MLS sicko, right? Maybe we didn't.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe we didn't have the biggest off season. If you're just a casual soccer fan, and the reason behind that is because, I mean, all of us know we love MLS with our dear hearts, but we all know it's a little bit of a step down from leagues in Europe, right? Mm-hmm. And I think all those big European players aren't gonna come to MLS until after the World Cup. Right. So you're not seeing guys like Griezmann come right now because they don't want to hurt their standing with their national teams directly before 4 months before the World Cup, right? So a lot of these teams, like LAFC included, are keeping a designated player spot open. If I'm not mistaken, we'll find out how Miami kind of does their numbers, but I think they're looking to do that same. So they could eventually bring in a third DP after this World Cup to kind of compete for this MLS Cup. So keep an eye out for guys like Lewandowski, Antoine Griezmann, Koke, guys that are Neymar even, that may be linked to MLS after this World Cup, because 4 years might be too far for them to think about the next World Cup. So they were probably thinking about moving to the States, because what's happening with Thomas Mueller, is I think one of the main reasons why Timo Werner came over to San Jose.
Right.
And San Jose, I mean, bro, I moved to New York and they finally do it. I saw the news and I made a tweet. I just said San Jose, like how Soulja Boy does Drake. Exact way, like you stole the, what are you doing? And I'm laughing now, but I think the European star is still destined to come to MLS just because of the quality of life and all that. But I think any European star that has any chance of playing in this World Cup is coming in the next transfer window. Now, speaking of the transfers in MLS today, this hurts to say, but my favorite one was Espinoza going to Nashville. And Espinoza being a club legend in San Jose, everybody down in LA was ready to, hail him to give him the key to the city, and then hopefully he switches nationalities just like Son and scores for USA.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
But yeah, that's probably, in my opinion, the best move of this offseason.
Did the person get fired? Did not trigger the player option? Because
oh, that was crazy.
That was crazy. They could have kept them with that player option, but they didn't trigger it.
So Bruce, during the season, never really spoke too fondly of Espinoza. Bruce is the type of guy that usually likes to come into a place and kind of just clean house and then get some players in. And the way Bruce was talking about Espinoza, it kind of seemed like maybe the writing was on the wall. And yes, that is the story that's out, but it's almost like, how are you professional and you don't make that, like, what's going on. But let me put on your tinfoil hat for a little bit. How do you get rid of a club legend? Oops.
Yeah.
Mistake, and Espinoza is probably up there on the Mount Rushmore for San Jose, just like Chris Wondolowski and Shea Salinas, because he has the most assists in club history, and he's just entering his prime now. So it's almost like, how do you get the fan base to not run? I mean, it's San Jose. I mean, they're not going to run over to PayPal and riot, but how would you stop that? And I think maybe, there may be some incompetence, but maybe it was
they found the loophole. Just let him go. Like, oops, sorry, somebody to press enter at the right time.
But Tom Bogert reported on his show Soccer Wise, shout out to him, that Espinoza's camp was expecting to get DP money, and because of some certain bird right in MLS, and this is crazy because we're all finding out about these MLS rules on the fly because there's no MLS rule book, he wasn't able to get the same amount of money he would have gotten in San Jose. So he wanted bigger DP money, and he couldn't get that. But he was looking for that, and Nashville became the home. And I don't think LAFC wanted to give him that, and that's why you don't see LAFC, hailing him as the new signing, because they want to keep something open for a European star, in my opinion. I think that's what's going on. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Walker Zimmerman going from Nashville to Toronto is a little more interesting too. You have all these within MLS kind of moves, right? Another one behind you guys, out there in LA would be the Galaxy losing Ricky Puig, which is horrible because it's 2 years without one of the best villains in the league or one of the best players in the league. I mean, I love a good player, and I love a good player who talks smack, and I think Ricky was perfect for that role, just like Zlatan was back in the day. But at least they know that they can put him on the season-ending injury list and fill that spot, that DP slot, and that money with a brand new superstar player. Now, do they try to fill it in the beginning half of the season? Do they fill a guy now, which I think is pretty hard to do, someone like a Ricky-esque type of transfer? Or do you wait for after the World Cup and bring in a guy like Lewandowski, right? And I think Lewandowski fits perfectly there with Royce. I think they have some sort of connection there too. So it's interesting. I think a lot of these moves that are going on right now are kind of making it so that this next transfer window is going to be the biggest of all time.
Yeah, because I hear names like Sargent going to Toronto for $18 million, which is crazy. And then you hear McKinney having a LAFC as an option, Gio Reyna having a few like the Red Bulls, some New York teams as an option. So you hear all these rumors of our American stars coming back to play in MLS, and they left so early. They didn't even play MLS before they even transferred out. So you hear all these rumors. So that rumor mill is going. So it's going to be big names coming in July.
Yeah, and a lot of those American guys, it's puzzling, but they're kind of in a mindset right now. Well, Pochettino is looking at all these American guys that, you know, are playing in MLS, and they have the right to win a spot just as us. So they're in a place where, yeah, of course, the level of MLS isn't like the level of Serie A or isn't the level of, even Portugal, right? But, man, if you come after, let's say they make the semis, you know,
big if.
If they make the semis and then they come home, what they would do for this sport would be insane. Yeah. Like, there would be just how Sun packed out like things. They would pack places out for Christian Pulisic paying for the Philadelphia Union, right? Like, it would be just as big of a draw. And I know it sounds funny to say, but they probably still own his discovery rights or something. And it's some stupid rule to go to Philadelphia, right?
Everybody has these rules except Miami, because I feel like they sign big names every 3 seconds.
Well, I need whoever does Miami's roster salaries. I need them to do my taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The way they be moving.
Well, the one thing. Sorry to cut you off, Bridget. The one thing that Miami has that I think a lot of people are forgetting is they have a lot of out transfers, and out transfers translate to GAM, and then also competing in the Club World Cup transferred to money in your GAM. Right. So it's like, yes, they kind of have an unfair advantage, but you know, Infantino said they won the league that year, so they were in that tournament. All right, you know, like
LAFC got GAM too.
Yeah.
Like LAFC got that GAM, man. We should never got rid of Kuntz. Kuntz. Sorry.
No, but
man,
like,
he's doing wonders. He did wonders with that Galaxy team. As soon as he went to the Galaxy, man, I feel like he was the real brain of LAFC.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of crazy what he did with that Galaxy team so fast, and what they were able to do. But with their 2 new transfers in with Hack and Glesnes, that's something that back line gets shored up pretty quickly. If Marco Royce can play similar to what he played, and then if they can replace Diego Fagundes or maybe bring Fagundes back on a cheaper deal, and then they have a slot open for a superstar, I think they could do some damage if Peck and Paintsel start to, you know, play at their ability. So no, I think the Galaxy should be back in the running of the Western Conference. But honestly, on the other side of town, LAFC hiring Marc Dos Santos, maybe they should give Wilfred Nancy a call and see if he wants to, you know, have Sun at his disposal, because Marc Dos Santos was a little bit underwhelming for LAFC, but hey, who knows? Maybe it was a Sun put in the call for that one.
Yeah. Well,
no, but they paired him up with a I forget the other coach's name. They paired up Marc Dos Santos with a different guy to help him coach. I forgot the guy's name, but
Mazakala, or it is a word. It is a foreign last name. Unfortunately, it's escaping my. It's like a Russian last name, if I'm not mistaken. But he was with LAFC the whole time, and he left, right?
Yeah.
Listen, Favian, it's always such like time feels like it just rushes by every time we have you on. And I know it's late. You're on the East Coast time, and you're still at the office. I didn't even know this. So get on home, man. Take the whatever C train to get to your place.
A train.
And once again, congrats. Shouts to you. We gotta come out to the East Coast to. We've been putting this off for quite some time now, but
we'll get there.
Yeah. And congrats to you, and more blessings in the future, man, because we can't wait to see what you have in store for us.
But if you're coming from work, it's going to be the L train to the C train, just so that you know.
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. And I want to say with this, if you guys see me hopping the railings at the train, no, you didn't. All right. I pay my $3 every time, right?
Like Julio says, it was AI.
It was AI.
AI, man.
AI. So what you gotta do is when somebody opens it, if you see a crowd walk in through that emergency exit, you walk. It's a New Yorker thing to do. I did it.
I'm walking here.
obviously it has to be an emergency if that many people are walking through. I don't want to be the plug, you know?
Right.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Listen, Fabian, once again, thank you for the time. Appreciate you. Always great to talk to you. And we'll drop all your socials and all the info where they can find your content. But thank you again, man. This has been another episode of the Urban Pitch Podcast, A Beautiful Game of Life. For Favian Renkel, Julio Montarosa, Bridget Flores, I'm Ramsey Abushala. We'll see you guys next week.